Hey guys, what's up? So today I thought I'd do my top 5 games of 2010. This list is going to be, it was kind of hard to come up with it because I remember I bought a lot of games and I'm trying to remember which ones because I've pretty much sold almost all of them. Because once I beat a game, I sell it. So it's like, why keep a game that you know you're never going to play again? So, although I wish I would have kept some of them now for this list. So, at number 5, this is going to be a tough one. Is a toss-up between two games, but I'm gonna go with this one in the end, and it's Mass Effect 2 for the 360. It's a fun game. I don't have it. I had it and I sold it. It was a cool game. It's a massively long single-player story campaign type of game. It's cool because you get to create your own character, or you can re-upload your character from part 1 and play in part 2. The storytelling is really good. A lot of cutscenes. It's a very long game. But the thing is, with me, I liked it the first playthrough, but then after a while, the game gets a little repetitive. It gets a little boring. You're kind of over it just because it's like... Because it's hard to kind of get into it because it's so like outer space. It's so far-fetched, even though all games are far-fetched. But this one's really far-fetched. And it gets a little repetitive and you're kind of like, okay, I'm over it. And I beat it. It has a cool ending. It's got a lot of replay ability just because you can beat it with, and you can get many outcomes because a lot of characters die, and depending on how much time you spend with them is which one dies. So it's very cool like that. But personally for me, it's a play once only type of game and never play again. And I mean never play again. So that's why it's a lot lower on the list and pretty much why I sold it. So there you have it, Mass Effect at number 5. Oh, and Yvonne Strahovski from Chuck is one of the characters in the game, and that alone is definitely a purchase by itself. So that is awesome. Side note. At number 4, we're gonna go with Heavy Rain. Now, Heavy Rain is an awesome game. Another game that I had made a review and sold the game because I kind of knew I was never gonna play again. It's very cool, very innovative type of storytelling. It kind of reminded me of this game called Fox Hunt that I had back in the day, where it's like it's like a movie, like you're kind of controlling a movie. There's not much action involved. It's just kind of you moving your characters around and you interact with the environment, and then you kind of do a button movement to kind of, perform the action. It's very cool storytelling, very good. You control basically 4 characters, and it's very real in a sense that it's like for a video game, and the story is amazing. You can get many different outcomes like I did. I played through it twice. Well, I didn't play through it twice. I got to a certain point and then did it the end part twice. Got 2 different endings. It was very cool. But kind of like in Mass Effect, it's a game where I would probably only play once and not go back to it just because it's kind of a depressing game too. It's kind of like when you watch a depressing movie like Requiem for a Dream, you kind of want to watch it once and not touch it for a really long time. Kind of the same thing with Heavy Rain, although it's not as depressing as a movie like that, but it's really a kind of game that's like, once you've gone through it, you're kind of like, yeah, I don't need to play this for a while. But it's a very innovative, awesome game. So, number 4, Heavy Rain. At number 3, and most people probably have this at number 1, I have it at number 3, and it's Red Dead Redemption. Another fantastic game. Great story. I like the premise. I like how it's in the Western. And when I think of 2010, for some reason, I'm going to think of Red Dead Redemption a lot. I don't know why. But it's pretty much a game in the vein of Grand Theft Auto, but like I said, in the West. Very cool storytelling. Good voice animation. Not voice animation. Good voice. Whatever. Fun game. Pretty good multiplayer. I remember playing that with my friends quite a bit. The only thing is, it's like for some reason when I play those sandbox type of games, it's like once I beat it, I'm kind of done. But for some reason, maybe 3-4 months later, I'll always say, why did I sell it? And that's what I'm going through right now with it. I'm like, why didn't I just keep it? I kind of like the settings better in Grand Theft Auto. I kind of like the more modern thing going on, which is, if this was a modern game, I probably would have kept it for sure, but just because it wasn't, I sold it. I'll probably end up rebuying it once it comes back to like $20. but I'm not paying 40. 40 is still too much for that, but still a great game. So there you have it. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption. And the next 2 I actually have. I haven't sold. So at number 2 is a huge surprise for me, just because I always beat the game and then sell it. And this one I kind of want to keep just because the story mode was so good, and it's Call of Duty Black Ops. Really surprised with the story mode. I mean, usually all the stories in Call of Duty are kind of just like, it doesn't make sense. I'll just play it, beat it, whatever, just to say I beat it. But this one, it was really good, really different. More of a movie vibe, which is really cool. The graphics are insane. All the jungle levels were just so amazing looking. It was just, I couldn't believe it. Like, even the snow levels, and it was just, graphically, it was top notch. Probably one of the best games of the year graphically. So good. I played a little of the multiplayer, not on this, but on my friend's copy with the 360. Really surprised how fun it was. There was a match where it was like, it was 2 teams, and you had flags on, like, each team would have 3 flags spread throughout, and you'd have to go and collect the flag, and then the other team would have to come back and get your flag. It was just so much fun. The only thing is, after a while, these games kind of give me a headache a little bit. I don't know why. It just does. It's just, I guess, the fast pace and the first person angle is just, it gets a little bit, crazy at times. But overall, impressive game for sure, and I'm definitely going to try and hold on to this a lot longer than I would normally a Call of Duty game. So, number 2, Black Ops. And number 1, this game for me is up there with one of the best games ever made. It's up there with Uncharted 2. That's how much I love this game. And it's Rock Band 3. I absolutely love this game. I actually just I had 3 point cards, 3 1600 point cards, and I pretty much just spent almost all of it on songs on Rock Band. It's just, this game is amazing. This game is the best music game ever made. I love the presentation on this. I actually love the set list. At first I was like, what? But it was a lot of indie stuff, and it got me to listen to a lot of bands that I would have never listened to. And the graphics they overhauled it. It looks so much better. The created character system is so much better. I don't really play multiplayer with this, but if you were, this is the closest thing to feeling like you're in a band without actually being in a band, for sure. Guitar Hero never felt like that. In Guitar Hero, it felt more just songs for Guitar Hero, like just songs for guitar. But this is more like, there's songs specially for bass, for keyboards. So you get a lot of different type of songs, not just like metal, crazy songs, which is, that's cool too, but I love the variety. I love that you can transport all the songs from 1, 2, and 3, downloadable content every Tuesday, and it's like, now they're starting to do different type of bands, because this past week it's been Linkin Park, and that was cool. And there's Rock Band Network, where it's every day, you can get up to like 30 songs a week just on Rock Band Network. So that's amazing. This game is flawless in my opinion. I love the little cutscenes that happen like throughout the menus. It's just really cool touch. I love it. So at number 1 is Rock Band 3. Thanks guys for watching. This was my top 5 games of 2010. Hopefully you'll check those games out. I mean, you probably all have them and whatnot. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and check out the 4 guys at the bottom. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you.